Video game onions! It's time for video game onions! And by that I mean opinions, and by that I mean my opinions. Because, I'm turning this down a little bit more. I couldn't think of a better song for this than this, so here we are. Perfect song, thank you. It's time for video game onions. All right, here we go, here we go. Bam! The Graveyard Awards 2022! Do you guys like the little logo? I made it myself. Do you guys like the little logo? I made it myself. I'm very, it's not, I made it in like 5 minutes. It's not that exciting, but I did make it. So there's that. All right. I'm actually, okay. Hex, you turned me into a demon. I'm actually going to have to turn that off and then I will turn it back on after this. Because it's gonna cover up too much of the screen. So I will turn it back on after this, but I do have to turn it off for right now. Very sorry. All right, all right, all right. All right, I'm gonna have to...
Bray93 wants to tweet. Only correct video.
All right, everybody, I need to stand tall. I need to stand tall as your presenter. Your presenter tonight for the Graveyard Awards. I hope you're all ready. Let me get a mic. I'm sure there's a mic in here somewhere. Yeah, here we go. Microphone green. Do not pin. Let's do it like this. Here we go. Here we go, everybody. I am here coming at you from, I don't know where the Game Awards were hosted, but we're here. We're here for the Graveyard Awards. Let me just make a twint real fast. The one that Bray just asked for. Real microphone. Real actual microphone. That's my real true microphone. All right, hold on. Activity feed. All right, all right, all right. Oh, yeah, it does it. All right, all right, all right. Wait. No, this one shouldn't have this. This one does. We're out in the field back behind the Game Awards. We sure fucking are. We sure are. All right. All right, all right, all right. So, chat, I'm actually going to turn this down even more. Hold on. I also need to move it to a different tab. I guess I can just turn this down. You can hear me over the song, right? You can hear me over the song? I just want to make sure. I don't know. I've never done anything like this, so I have to test all the audio. You guys can hear me over the song? We're good? We're Gucci? We're Gucci Mane? Yeah, loud and clear? Okay, cool, cool, cool. Also, Fish Fist, hi. Hello. All right, everybody. Video game onions time. All right, so song is kind of quiet. All right, well, hold on. Danuzi, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Graveyard. I hope you enjoy your stay. Hold on. Let me just do this because it'll be easier if I do it this way. Here, I'll even make the song a little louder. All right, there we go. That's about as loud as I'm willing to make it. All right. Goblin, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the Graveyard. I hope you enjoy your stay. All right, everybody, the Graveyard Award, the 2022 Graveyard Awards. Kyria's personally handpicked Games of the Year list, sponsored by twicetonight.com. If you have any needs for you or your partner this holiday season, twicetonight.com does have you covered. I'm just letting you know. Hype Train at level fucking 7. Thank you guys. Holy shit. Okay. All right. So we played many games this year. As you guys all know, games are an incredible art form that I feel really passionate about, and I've talked about that numerous times. Getting to share so many incredible games, stories, and experiences with this community has made this one of the best years of my life in a lot of ways. I even started my own show about video game opinions, which Postmortem Comeback Tour 2023, it's happening. It's happening. I promise you, it's happening. And that's something I've always wanted to do. I mean, you can see my Steam stats here. 239 games played, 1,400 achievements. I launched games basically 1,800 times. Played 146 new games. And all of the games that I played in this list were games I'd never played before this year. There are no replays in this list. So it's incredible. It's incredible how much we've gamed and how much we've done. And it's been an incredible thing to be part of and witness and everything else. And I have you guys to thank for it. So thank you. Thank you so much. Skyanon, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the graveyard. All right. So without further ado, given that the year is ending, let us get together and remember some of the best games we experienced together as a community. This is going to be a non-comprehensive list of all the games I played this year and what I would call the best in each category. So please enjoy the show. So, without further ado, the nominees. In Best Role-Playing Game. Now, see, we've got Elden Ring. We've got Fallout New Vegas. We've got Strangers of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin. We've got Yakuza Like a Dragon. And we've got Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Now, to be clear, when I say the big shtick of the Game Awards, or the Graveyard Awards rather, this does not have to be a game that came out this year. It's just what I played this year. So anything that I played counts. Doesn't matter if it came out this year or not. Okay? Just let's keep that in mind going forward. Anyway, so Elden Ring, it's not 2004, I'm sorry. Elden Ring is a really fun game. Actually, Hex, you're here right now, right? Hex, are you at your PC? Hold on. I wanna send something to Hex really fast. Hex, are you here? Because if so, I would like you or any mod, really. Any mod that's here, if you would like to do like a 30-second poll or whatever, real quick poll. I want to see what chat's favorite game out of this is too. Do I have any mods here right now? Any at all? Mod check? No mod check? All right, fuck it. We'll do it live. Chat. Which one of these would you pick? Which one would you put as your game of the year? Just throw it out in chat. I want to know. Let's get some chat participation in here. Hex has abandoned us. Just probably stepped away for a second. I'll be able to get on my PC for a hot minute. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. New Vegas, Bloodlines, Monster Sleep Post Means, Yakuza, Vegas, or Bloodlines. Okay, okay. I made 15 characters on Elden Ring. I may be obsessed. Okay, okay. Well, see, I liked all of these games this year. I liked them a lot. You know, I liked Elden Ring. It was probably Elden Ring is probably my favorite my favorite like FromSoft game ever. I think it's just the best FromSoft game that they've ever made. Bloodborne is like either right next to it or right below it in my opinion. I don't know. Ask me tomorrow. My opinion will probably change. I'll probably like Bloodborne more. But I loved Elden Ring. I loved it a lot. New Vegas. New Vegas. I mean, boy, we had a tumultuous relationship, didn't we, New Vegas? Didn't we? I really want to like New Vegas. I mean, I do. Let's be clear. I do like it. It wouldn't be up here if I didn't like it. Every game that's up here, I at least like enough to put up here, which is a really big statement in and of itself. Like all of these games that were nominated, I like all of them enough to put them up here. I never did like, oh, I just need like a filler game. Like all of the games that are up here, I like enough to nominate. So New Vegas, you know, I've talked about my opinions on New Vegas ad nauseum. But that doesn't mean I didn't like it. Its writing is incredible. It's, you know, it's like its story and its theming, the way that it handles the politics of the area and everything. It's really good. It's really, really good. You know, I just wish it wasn't so buggy. Strangers of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin was a silly game. I mean, really, come on now. Like, Jack and Chaos and everything else. It's a weird game that I wasn't totally sure. Hello, Hex. Hex, I was asking, if you wouldn't mind making a quick, like, 30-second poll for what chat for each of these, like, if you wouldn't mind making a quick 30-second poll to see, like, what chat would vote, because I'm curious. I would love to know what their votes are. Not a prediction, though, just a poll for each of these, for best role-playing and best everything. Anyway, Stranger in Paradise was a silly game. Its gameplay is, like, not that good, and its story isn't that good, and yet I was really engrossed in its, like, systems, because it's basically just Neo. But, like, it's, like, a kind of worse Neo. But, like, even despite that, I was really engrossed in its systems, and I always felt like I could be better, but I didn't know how. The game didn't run, like, such hot ass. I probably would have, like, put more stock and time into it, but that's more a problem with my computer, not a problem with the game itself, so whatever. Anyway. And then the final one is Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines on here. Now, listen, I loved, made for like Windows XP on an engine made for like Windows 95. I mean, kind of. That's not totally true. Like, the engine had been updated, but yeah. Anyway, thank you, Hex. I had never played Vampire the Masquerade before today. Or not before today, before this year, rather. And it was a game that I always wanted to play, but I always assumed that it aged so poorly that it wasn't going to be fun anymore. Holy shit, was I wrong. We did 3 12-hour streams of it, and at the end, I was sad because I kept wanting to do more. Also, we didn't beat it, but, like, I kept wanting to do more. It was just that fun. Like, Chunk and the whole city, like, it's some parts have aged poorly, yeah, but overall, it's a really good game. I can't believe how good it is. Oh, I just realized I skipped Like a Dragon. Whoops. Anyway, sorry, we'll talk about Like a Dragon. But yeah, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines is, feast on your flesh! Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines is really good. And I didn't mean to skip it, but yeah, Yakuza Like a Dragon is also really good. You know, I really liked the Dragon Quest like style turn that it took for Ichiban. I really like the Dragon Quest style turn that it took for Ichiban. You know, it was really fun. And it really like represents his character well. The story was like, it was really silly. It had some moments that are like, you know, like fucking locker babies, but like, it's really good. It was really heartwarming and, well, not heartwarming. It was heart-wrenching in some areas, but overall, a lot of it is really heartwarming. And while I am sad about, like, I'm sad about the next game, like, Yakuza 8, because Kiryu's featured so prominently in it, because one of my favorite moments in this was that you fight Kiryu in like the middle of it, and you know, he like fights you to like make sure you're strong enough, and he kind of fights like the way he did in the other games. Like, he fights with a very brawler style, and you use all your cool like spells and shit on him, and it was like, damn, you know, like, I don't know, like, it genuinely felt like a passing of the torch, both in story, but also in gameplay. It felt like passing the torch on to Ichiban, and I really liked it, and I kind of wanted Kiryu to never come back. I wanted that to be the end of his story, or like only be there as like a mentor, which does not seem like that's what's going to happen in Yakuza 8. But anyway, drum roll, your winner for best role playing. I'm seeing what chat is voting here. F and V, I see. Okay, I see F and V winning. I'll wait till this is over. I wait till this poll is over. BTM also had many hot women. Very true. Very true. But yeah, I liked all of these games. And I want to be clear that, like, pretty much with all of this, this like stuff, like, there's not really a single thing in here that I like, again, that I put in here as filler, and it's not like I think this is the best one out of all of these. My opinion on this could change, like, tomorrow, but for right now, this is how I feel. This is how I feel about this. I think it's pretty good. I think all of these are pretty good. And your winner for best role-playing game, you guys voted Fallout New Vegas? No. Your winner for best role-playing game in the 2022 Graveyard Awards is Like a Dragon. Everybody clap, everybody cheer. Ichiban did it. Ichiban Confections, they did it. They did it. I'm proud of them. They did it. Listen, I loved this game. I loved this game. I fucking loved this game so much. I cannot stress enough how much I loved this game. Fuck Kume, yeah. Like, every character in this game feels so fucking realized and so real and just so, Oh, they're all so good. Every character in this is perfect. I love every single one of them. Even people like Kume, who I hate, I love him because I hate him. Like, that sounds contradictory, but what I mean is, like, I think, he's so well written that I hate him because, like, I hate him even despite how well written he is. Or, like, no, not despite. Because of how well written he is. He's so well written that I still, like, I like him. I love to hate him, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Like, he's a real believable guy. I feel like I could go to work and see Kume, you know, even though I don't have a job, but you know what I mean. Also, chat, do you like the little Zilk trophy? Chat, do you like the little Zilk trophy? The winner Zilk trophy? I made that last night. Zilk is the little, like, lady statue. That's our trophy. Excuse me. Anyway. Ichiban taking home the Zilky. Yeah, the Zilky. That's what we're calling them. That's what we're calling them. I like that. We're calling them Zilkies. Ichiban takes home the Zilky. Congratulations, Ichiban. Congratulations. Zilky is a horrible word. No, it's great. All right. All right. So, next category. What? Why didn't it? Okay. Next category, best character action. Now, 2022 was kind of the year of character actions. We have Mad World, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, Evil West, Nier Automata, and DMC Devil May Cry. This was kind of the year of character actions for me. There were more character action games in here. There were a lot more. These are just the ones that I felt like had the most impact on me. Yeah, this is a tough one. Didn't put Elden Ring on the list? It's not a character action game. Oh, fuck you. Holy shit, that's such an old callback. I just got that joke. Fuck you, Var. That's such an old callback. Holy shit. Recency bias, but you did like MGR a lot. I did. I also loved I loved all of these. If you go watch any of the streams for these, I loved every single one of these. Like, do you guys remember how fucking pumped I was during every single one of these games? During all of them, I was like, this is the best game ever. Because I love character action games. I love power trip games. I love to execute like 20 combos and just get people into like walls and shit. I don't think you love Nier Automata. No, I love Nier Automata. No. Guys. I do like Nier Automata. To be clear, I was very conflicted about Nier Automata because I thought a lot of it was really good. The vote is for your opinion, by the way, not mine. Not what you think I picked. I want to know what you guys would pick. What is your vote? Anyway, Nier Automata, I was very good in a lot of ways, and in a lot of other stuff, I was very like, But to be clear, Nier Automata did something that I've never had another game do, which is at all points while I was playing it, I felt like I was having a conversation with Yoko Taro. I felt like I was having a thing with him. Like I was having a back and forth. He would like present something to me and I would say, but how about this instead? Like we were thesis and anti-thesising all over each other, back and forth, until finally at the last like 5 minutes, we arrived at the perfect synthesis. Nier Automata is maybe the game that has made me the most emotional ever. Like ever. I mean, let's not forget, hold on, I'm just gonna pull it up. Let's not forget my thumbnail for Nier Automata that I made that was really important to me. Hold on, let me get it. Thumbnails, Nier Automata. That was the wrong thing. Fuck. Hold on. Nier Automata. Here we go. Here we go. Let's not forget the thumbnail for Nier Automata that had, ignore me, ignore the logo, ignore everything else. This was the final message that I put out into the world of Nier Automata. And I like, you can't distill me as a person. You cannot distill me as a person more than this message. This is just me. This is just me as a person. Like, you've gotten to the essence of Kyria. Deep down in my core, you've gotten to the essence of me. Also, Hex, you might have made this poll a little bit long, because I don't know if we can end it, and I wanna wait until it's over. I would make them shorter if you can. But yeah. I'm not done talking yet, but when I am done talking, if you can end it early, I guess, please do. Anyway, she hypothesized on my thesis until I conjecture. Yeah, basically. The next time you talk way longer about the others. That's fair. Sorry. But yeah, Nier Automata was a really good game, and I struggled with it for a long time, but that doesn't mean I disliked it. I want to be very clear. I really loved Nier Automata. It's hard to play in a lot of ways. But the other games on this list, holy shit, all of them are very batshit. Evil West is maybe the most 7 out of 10 game I've ever played. And I say that so lovingly. I say that cradling it in my arms, kissing its forehead, like petting it. Evil West is like my, I love that game. I love that game so much. But honestly, I can say the same thing about Metal Gear Rising, Mad World, and Devil May Cry. They're all such 7 out of 10 experiences. Like, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance is fun to like joke about and meme about and stuff, but like, it's a very 7 out of 10 game. Let's be fair. It's a very 7 out of 10 game. But you know, I liked it a lot. Character action is the genre of 7 out of 10s. It really is. It really is. DMC Devil May Cry is maybe the other contender for like the most 7 out of 10 possible. Like, holy shit, what a 7 out of 10 game. And yet I loved it. Other than like maybe the ending and Virgil's DLC, which sucks shit, I loved that game. I loved every second of that game. The combos felt good. The combat felt good. Like, oh, it's just so good. But yeah, I loved that game. I loved every second of that game. And literally, how can you hate Mad World? If you hate Mad World, I mean, you're insane and I don't respect you. Like, how can you hate Mad World, right? It's just impossible. You're not allowed. You're not allowed to hate Mad World because of shit like this. You aren't. You're not allowed to hate Mad World. Songs like this mean you're not allowed to hate Mad World. It's too good. It's too good. And every song is like this. I get paid. More cash surrounding this game. It's crazy. I get more money by killing these fools now. Ain't that funny? Cannot end the poll early. All right, well, that's fine. We'll wait a minute. Killing these fools now. Ain't that funny? Look around, tell me what do you see? Get like me. Anyway, listen, I loved all of these games. I loved them dearly. I'll just go ahead and go now, and then I'll spend the rest of the time for the poll talking. But yeah, I loved all of these games dearly. I loved them all in very different ways. But I had to pick a favorite, as is the point of award shows. And that means that your favorite, the best character action game of 2022 is Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, baby. This game was insane. This game is insane. Its cultural relevance alone means that it wins. Like, come on. Come on. It's fucking, the cultural relevance alone means that it wins. But like, and Raiden slices up the Zilky into bits. He sure does. The memes. Metal Gear stay winning. Listen, Metal Gear is probably like my third favorite franchise of all time. Maybe my second, only behind like Metroid. Like Metal Gear as a series is one of my favorite franchises of all time. I could info dump about Metal Gear lore for hours. In fact, one of the Streamloots cards that I ended up vetoing because I didn't want to have to repeat myself a bunch. What's your source for that? My source is I made it the fuck up. No, one of the cards that I vetoed for Streamloots was actually, explain the entire plot of Metal Gear Solid, like from start to finish, every game, from memory, but I didn't want to repeat myself a bunch, so I took it out. Anyway, Metal Gear Rising Revengeance is an incredible game. I love every second of it. The Zandatsu mechanic is, I don't think it's been beat. I'm gonna be honest with you. My biggest reason for doing this, more than the fucking, like the combos and the combat and the memes and everything else. More than any of that, the Zandatsu mechanic just hasn't been beat. I have not played a game that beat the Zandatsu mechanic. Like, in terms of, like, inventiveness, what it adds to the game, and even just how good it feels. Like, the fact that you end every boss fight literally fucking slicing them to bits, that's just perfect. That's perfect. No character action game has ever felt that good. Evil West is like a close second because you can do the fucking like, like beat the shit out of the bosses. Oh, I just punched off my fucking wind filter again. Anyway, every boss, yeah, except for Sam, you cut them all into bits, and it just feels incredible. Nothing has ever felt as good as that Zandatsu feels, especially after a really hard boss, and then you're just like, fuck this guy, and you're just like slicing him to fucking ribbons. Nothing's ever felt as good as that. Nothing. You cannot convince me otherwise. Nothing's ever felt as good as Zandatsu. Well, Metal Gear ever plays Metal Gear Acid for PS, which is kind of bizarre deck builder tactics game. Yeah, Metal Gear Acid is great. I have that on my Vita. Well, I have it on my Vita, and then I moved it to my Steam Deck because the Steam Deck is basically just a bigger Vita. But yeah, no, it's an incredible game. And I gotta be honest, it had some real fucking hard contenders here. You guys know the boner that I have for Evil West, and for Devil May Cry, and for Mad World. Like, you guys know the boner I have for all of those games. I went on about them for hours. I still reference them constantly. I reference DMC and Mad World literally constantly, especially with the You Die, I Get Paid song. Like, I fucking adore all of these games. But yeah, Metal Gear Rising is absolutely the best character action game I played this year. Bar none. Bar none. Anyway. Looks like Pole's about to end. I'm gonna take a spit bee. I'm talking a lot, so my voice is drained. All right. All right. Next one. Best 7 out of 10, or best 7 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10. In other words, which of these is the best 7 out of 10 that I played this year? Now, I played some real fucking 7 out of 10s this year. I played some real fucking 7 out of 10s. Yeah, this is a tough contest. Fear 3 might be one of the funniest, like, streams I've ever done. I loved Fear 3 so much. It was terrible. But I think a good 7 out of 10. All right, so let's talk about the category as broadly. I think a good 7 out of 10. Jolly Chloe B, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the graveyard. I hope you enjoy your stay. Thank you, Hex. Yeah, so I think a good 7 out of 10 is a game that in my opinion, when I think of a 7 out of 10, hello, welcome back. In my opinion, for the fucking run game mode, extremely true. In my opinion, a 7 out of 10 is a 7 out of 10 is a game that, like, people slept on. Like, people looked at it, went, it's okay, 7 out of 10, and then they moved on, and they didn't really think about it. It's like those AA, like, not AAA, those, like, AA games that just kind of fall apart in some ways, but they're, like, so good. I have talked ad nauseum about how much I love 7 out of 10s. I love them. I adore 7 out of 10s with all of my heart. And I think they're some of my favorite games. Wasn't DMC a critical success? I don't think so. But even if it was, maybe sales numbers wise, but I'm pretty sure it got a bunch of 7 out of 10s. And even if it didn't get a bunch of 7 out of 10s, it's a very 7 out of 10 ass game. That's how people think about it now, for sure. 85 Metascore, that's 7 out of 10. That's 7 out of 10. Like, I guess that's technically 8 out of 10, but like, people treat it like a 7 out of 10. Anyway, Fear 3 was incredible. Like, one of the worst games I've ever played. I would play it again in a heartbeat. It's so funny. Everything about it is, it's just great. It's just great. I loved Fear 3. It was a great stream. It was a fun time. The fucking fight at the end with your brother. Oh, it's so good. What the Hi, Iris. I love you. Thank you for the sub.
Subscribed for 15 months.
15
I'm muted,
fucking
but
months.
I
Holy
love
shit.
you. I hope you're having fun.
Anyway, thank you. Quantum Break is a game that is weird. Quantum Break was like a commercial success. It's weird. It was like a commercial success, and I think it reviewed like 9 out of 10s. But then a lot of people, when they talked about it, were just like, oh yeah, Quantum Break, that like weird game that like nobody played, and like it's kind of the like black sheep of the like who is it? Remedy, the like Remedy fucking not franchise, gameography, whatever. Anyway, somebody tell Iris that I said Happy New Year. But yeah, Quantum Break is a weird game because it reviewed really well and did really well, but then nobody played it and everybody treats it like a 7 out of 10. It was pretty poorly compared to other Remedy games. Yeah, exactly. It's weird. But I really liked it, except for the final boss fight, which was total bullshit. I really, really, really liked it. It was great. I really liked the live action stuff. I liked the time mechanics. It really did just feel like a prototype Control in a lot of ways, but like in a fun way. Like you can see the ideas that went on to make Control, and I really enjoyed that about it. I thought it was great. I thought it was fun. I had a great time with it. Now Evil West. Do I even need to tell you how much I like Evil West, chat? Let's be real. Do I even need to tell you how much I loved Evil West? We all know what I loved out of this. We all know that I loved Evil West. We all know. We all know. Control is also a solid 7 out of 10. No, I think Control's like a 9 out of 10, honestly. I loved Evil West. Now, these next three are really hard because I loved all of these three games pretty equally. I loved Evil West. I loved DMC. I constantly reference it still, like I said before. It's just really fun, and it's really like, it doesn't take itself seriously in exactly the way that I would want a Devil May Cry to not take itself seriously. And Maneater is the same way. Maneater whips ass. Like, I remember screaming when we were playing Maneater, like, they just don't make them like this anymore. It's an incredibly funny game. Like, Shark PG is great. It's just good. It was a good game. I loved every minute of it. The only thing I didn't like about Maneater was the DLC made it overstay its welcome a little bit. The DLC made it just long enough where I was like, I think I'm like done with this now. Because you don't want your 7 out of 10 to be too long. If your 7 out of 10 is too long, it gets a little long in the tooth and it's not as good. But all of these games whipped ass. Sorry, this talking is making me drink a lot more water than I expected to. Also, hi, Vala. But yeah, all of these games whipped ass. I loved all of them. You know, Maneater we actually played during the last Donathon, the last time that we streamed for a really long time. And it was really good. It was really fun. Like I said, that's when we played the DLC too. We also did DMC during that time, actually, come to think of it. So, you know, those are right there next to each other in terms of when we did it. Evil West won the chat vote. Well, chat, I have something to tell you. Evil West wins my 7 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10 too. Absolutely. I should have named this 7 out of 10 secret, or 7 out of 10 secretly 10 out of 10 is the category. Anyway, fucking Jebediah Wayne over here punches the Zilky into the air and then electrifies it and then punches it and punches it and punches it and punches it. Over and over and over again. Evil West slapped so hard I stopped watching so I can play it myself. Evil West is... I almost had a category in here. It's not here anymore, but I almost had a category called Most Pogs Per Minute, which is like the game that like riled up chat the most. And I almost put Evil West in there, and I would have given it the award there too, because like Evil West fucking owns so hard, dude. I cannot explain how much this game just fucking whips. Balgo keeps saying it's like the most bland looking game he's ever seen, and I respect his opinion, so I won't like, I'm not gonna be like, you're stupid, because he's my friend, but like, I don't see it. I don't get it. I do not understand. This is the best game I've ever seen in my entire life. You cannot make a game better than this. You just can't. That's it, everybody. Everybody go home. Gaming is over. Evil West did it. Gaming is over. Everybody go home. I mean, I'm really biased. I really like Weird West stuff. I really like character action games. I like Big Punch Mans. Balgo doesn't have a Zilky, so true. Anyway, this was maybe one of the hardest categories. This was really contentious. I hummed and hawed over this for a really long time, but yeah, Evil West takes the Zilky. By the way, is anybody keeping track of these? It would, I don't have a thing. I would really like it if somebody would keep track of these games though. for me, whether it's Hex or a chat member or whatever. But yeah, that is my 7 out of 10 for the year, is Evil West. Great fucking game. Please go play it. It'll be in the recording, right? Yeah, true. Literally had the document. I guess that's true. Shut up. I'm not smart. Anyway, next one. Most batshit insane game we played this. You mean the ones we're picking? No, I mean, I guess that works too. Anyway, most batshit insane game we played this year. Holy shit, we played a lot of batshit insane games. We played games that made me hella uncomfortable. We played some games that made me lose my fucking mind. I was screaming every 10 seconds in like all of these, or I was so uncomfortable I couldn't speak. Did we ever finish Lila? We didn't, because it was too uncomfortable. Like, I want to one day, but it was actually so uncomfortable that every time I was like, I'm gonna put it on the schedule, I was like, no, I can't do that. But like, also remember that like the Howlwald loophole, for example, literally had the guy floating in the shit pool. Remember that? Remember that? Remember the shit pool, man? Paratopic is terrifying and weird. Gotta go Dead Souls for having your name on it. Hex, would you be able to make the vote, please? Could you only make the thing like a minute here? Because I think I'm running out of steam on how to talk for quite as long. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, didn't like the bad word. Fair, most bat poop insane game. Bat poop, like Zilk, that's fair, I like that. But yeah, I mean, again, Mad World, insane game. The premise alone is insane, but it just got more insane. Fucking Steve Bloom is in it. It was literally like Platinum's first game. It's just insane. Dead Souls made it canon that Majima has hay fever, but it was really insane, you know? I mean, Dead Souls was basically an RE5 clone in Yakuza, which is, it's silly. I mean, come on. Paratopic, Who's Lila, those two games, I mean, they were insane in a different way. Like, you know, Yakuza Dead Souls had me going like, holy shit, every 5 seconds. But Paratopic and Who's Lila, I was just like, oh god. Hi Hex, hi Zil, mwah. Thank you for summoning him, Hex. There's a scene in Who's Lila where like it like goes red and he like Lila like murders a girl or whatever, and it's like it takes control away from you completely and it changes the layout of the game and everything, and your face is like morphing all around. Maybe one of the scariest scenes I've ever seen in a video game in my entire life. I still like think about it a lot, and it's the reason that I can't keep playing it, even though I really want to, and I will at some point. But oh, what a game, you know? And again, Howlwald loophole. I mean, it's the where are you going sound alert. The where are you going sound alert we've had forever. It was Howlwald loophole was actually one of the first games I ever played on a midnight showing, when it used to be called Weird and Indie Sunday. Used to be one of the first games, or it was one of the first games I ever played way back when. In that, I played the demo for it before it was released, and it is just, it's a cool game, you know. I've like the weird, like everything about it, just like all the different ways you can die, all the like different like interesting like things that can happen. It's just a good game, you know. But it was also like the whole time I was never quite I was never quite sure what was going on in it. I was never quite sure what was going to happen, you know. I mean, same thing for Who's Lila. You're just never totally sure what's going on, but every time anything does happen, you're like, how is this happening? And Paratopic too. It's like, how is this happening? How is this happening? How is this happening? I mean, do you guys remember in Paratopic, the lady with the face, who like the lady with the face, her like face opened like a fucking flower? Do you remember that? Remember that? It was fucked up. That alone was enough to make me go like, holy shit, okay. And then, yeah, Yakuza, Dead Souls, and Mad World, those are both batshit insane in a different way. Those are insane in the, like, I'm yelling every 10 seconds, what the fuck is going on? You know, they leave such a strong impression, like, you know, it's like, I mean, how do you even come up with either of these games? How do you even come up with either of these games conceptually, you know? And like they did such a good job taking the art style for Mad World and like applying it to like the game. Like they took the concept art and made the game look exactly like that, for better and for worse. You know, the final fight is like basically the Armstrong fight, but like, you know, against the fucking comic relief guy, like. And then Yakuza Dead, I mean, come on, Yakuza Dead Souls literally has a zombie virus called Thanatos that makes you cum-brained. Like, come on. It's fucking, come on. Fucking cum-brained Thanatos virus. And like at the end of the game, they don't even cure the virus, they just literally kill everybody. Everybody who is a zombie, they just kill them, and then because they're dead, the virus is gone. So they're like, all right, dusting off my hands, that settles that. Like, what the fuck are you guys talking about? That's insane. You're insane. You just murdered a bunch of people. You even try to cure it. You're just like, all right, whatever, it's over. Absolutely insane. I loved all of these games though. Some of these could have probably went into like a best midnight showing, like Who's Lila and Paratopic and How Walled Loophole. But these are also the games that, like, whenever I'm just kind of idly sitting around, these are the games that I think of, you know? It's like these 5 games. I'll just be sitting here like, God, remember the like flower lady, or like the poo poo pool, or like, you know, the murder scene in Who's Lila, or like Thanatos, the cum-brain zombie virus, or just any part of Mad World, like, you know? Oh, Who's Lila won for chat. Okay, all right. Glad to see. Well, the votes are in, and by that I mean my personal opinion. Your votes have no sway on this. The most batshit insane game of 2022 for the Graveyard Awards? I mean, come on. You knew it had to be this. You knew it had to be this. You had absolutely every bit of knowledge knowing it was going to be this. Like, how do you even come up with this? How do you even come up with the how do you even come up with the fucking the premise of this, you know? Like, oh yeah, let's take it a pre winner 106, yeah. Let's take a pre-established series that's about like fighting people with your fists, never using guns because those are evil, and like never murdering people and all this kind of stuff. And like, how do you take all that? How do you take all that? And then you just make a Resident Evil 5 again. Like Resident Evil 4 and then Resident Evil 5. And then you actually do some incredible story stuff in it too. I can join, thank you for the follow. You actually do some incredible stuff in it too, like Kiryu and Ryuta Goji. Or Ryuta, fucking whatever his name is. I think it's Goji, but whatever. Anyway, you take like some moments with those two and show that, like, you know, you're not so different, you and I type shit. Like, actually insane. I adored this game. I think about it constantly. I think, and like, even the final fight is literally just against a big flesh monster. And like the zombie virus made by Thanatos is, or made, called Thanatos rather, that makes you cum-brained is clearly made by like a trans woman. Just, they deserve the Zilky. They deserve the Zilky. They absolutely deserve the Zilky. It's officially 2023 in the UK. Happy New Year! Yeah, absolutely. One of the most Pog moments of the year. Absolutely. I'm so glad it didn't get spoiled for me. I'm so glad it did not get spoiled for me. All right. Let's see here. All right. This one's going to piss some people off. Because this is a real award. This is like a real thing people debate about and stuff. This one. Oh, man, this was contentious. Oh, this was so contentious. Oh, this was so contentious. All of these games made me feel something so deeply. Like, I cried or like was moved like by all of these so hard. Like, do you guys remember A Way Out with Jelly? Do you guys remember how we played A Way Out and I was like fucking, like, at first we were making fun of it, and by the end we were like crying for, we had oh my god, guys, do you remember? Hold on. Do you guys remember the, yeah, I was laughing at it a lot, but do you remember how at the end, me and Jelly felt so fucking bad for Vincent, that we did the like, Cum Susser Todd, like, sing-along to the end? Remember that? That was incredible. Like, that wasn't just a bit. That was, like, real emotional stuff, you know? You know, and Spider-Man Remastered. I mean, listen, I'm a big Spider-Man head, so my personal favorite Kyria stream to this day. Yeah, it was so good. Jelly made a chest Ussie joke as he was dying. That doesn't mean that it wasn't emotionally affecting. You can make a joke while like it's still being emotionally affecting. I think Spider-Man Remastered is the most, well, just Spider-Man, is the most that I've ever cried at a video game on stream. Like, I was like shaking. I'm a big Spider-Man head. Everybody knows that about me, but I loved there's not a single part of Spider-Man I dislike. There is not a single part of Spider-Man that I dislike. And I know it's gonna sound weird because Signalis and Silent Hill 3, at the end of both of those streams, I was like, I don't get it. But like, if you watch my postmortem on Silent Hill 3, it was a game that like would not leave my head and stuck with me for a really long time. Signalis did the same thing. I didn't immediately understand them, but once I had time to think about them and process them, holy shit, what affecting games. Actually, you know what? Just for this section, actually, well, I guess there's not a way to do that. Never mind. I was gonna put on different music, but it would be difficult, and it would also make you. I was gonna put on music from one of these games, but it would make you think that game won, and I don't necessarily want to do that. Anyway, and then Devotion. Devotion came out of nowhere, dude. I knew a lot about Devotion. I knew the general plot beats of Devotion going in. I like the very general plot beats. But like, you know, chat was like crying at the end of Devotion, and so was I, man. Like, that was a hard-hitting game about like familial abuse and like trying to live through people and just, oh man, what a hard-hitting game. Devotion killed chat's mood, but like in the best way. Yeah, exactly. Devotion destroyed chat and me. Like, all of these games were some of the best, like, most interesting games I played this year. And you know, this is not the Game of the Year award, but like, it almost could be. This is probably, if we're ranking them, like, this is probably like my, like, if Game of the Year is like the top tier award, this is probably like this second tier award, which means I probably should have put it before Game of the Year, but whatever. I just kind of put them in whatever order. But you know, all of the, this was a fucking hard choice, chat. This was a really fucking hard choice. Like, I'm just telling you now, this choice was not easy. At no point during this was I just like, oh yeah, it's gonna be that one. Like, for some of these, I was like, oh yeah, this one's gonna be it. Nier Automata isn't there. Yeah, I almost put this one to 6 games because of Nier. I really did. I was so close. I was so close to taking out A Way Out and putting in Nier, or making this 6 games for Nier, but I wanted to keep the 5 games per category. Nier was really good, but I felt too conflicted about Nier for most of it, and I didn't feel like its storytelling really coalesced until the very final moment, and I didn't feel that way with the rest of these games. So, like, obviously the big thing with all of these games is that their final moment is their like strongest moment, but I also feel like all of them, like, listen, me and Jelly were making jokes about it a lot, but like, you guys remember at the beginning of A Way Out, for example, me and Jelly fucking hated Vincent and whatever the other dickhead's name is, I don't even remember. Jam and Tunes, thank you, it's from Undertale. But like, you know, we hated those guys, and then by the end we were like, we were pretty emotional. Leo, thank you. We were pretty emotionally invested in Vincent and Leo, and like, we really liked them, and like, we liked their struggle and everything, you know, and like, it did a really good job of like humanizing those characters too, you know what I mean? Like, they went from just like video game characters to like characters in my heart, you know, which all of these games did that, honestly, which is part of why why this was such a hard choice. But I had to pick something, and I know chat's gonna disagree with me, and I know I'm showing a lot of bias here. Your best storytelling 2022 Graveyard Awards. Why didn't it? It's gonna be Spider-Man Remastered. I'm sorry. I know I'm super biased because I'm a big web head, but like every game here was so good. But Spider-Man ripped me apart, dude. It's not even just the end though. Spider-Man ripped me apart, dude. What do you mean fuck off? Like, and Spider-Man was just so fucking good, dude. Like, I really genuinely felt webs away the Zilky at the last moment. He sure does. Yeah, exactly. It weaves so well all the way through. Every single fucking moment in Spider-Man, like, coalesces into that final moment. I really feel like by the end of it, that like Peter is like a character. He's like a real character. Spider-Man was the best adaptation of the decade, and it's not even close. Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. And again, to be clear, I'm not saying these other games have bad story. Like, I am not saying that, like, Silent Hill 3 or Signalis, Devotion, A Way Out has bad story. It was really hard to pick here. This is another one that I hemmed and hawed on, probably the most. But Spider-Man just... Was that Elster shows up at the end with a golden spear? Spider-Man got me, dude. Spider-Man ripped my heart out. I am admittedly biased by already being a webhead, but like, not only did Spider-Man rip my heart out, but like, it felt so real. Like, I've never seen a Peter Parker or a May Parker or any of that. Like, I've never seen any of them that felt quite as fleshed out as they do in this game. It was insane.
Shout out to my Reform Orthodox Rabbi Bill Clinton.
Whoa, hey, who said that? Who said that? Get him out of here. Get him out of here. This isn't the game of the year though, dummy. So you did that too early. Escort Blonde Princess out of here. Too bad Zelk wasn't on my shoulder to say that. Anyway, but yeah, look, all of these games are incredible. Spider-Man takes the cake here though. And like by a hair, to be clear. By a fucking hair. Like, oh God, I could go on about these games for so long, but Spider-Man takes the cake here. I'm sorry, but it does. Anyway. All right. I don't remember what the next one is. So, next one. Oh yeah, most rage-inducing. Which of these games sucked the most? Now, we played some pretty fucking bad games this year, chat. We played some games that pissed me the fuck off for real. We played some games that made me very upset. We played some games that made... Hex, can you make this one even shorter? Because I don't have that much to say here. Oh yeah, wait, why does RE0 say 2021? Fuck. All right, that's not when it came out. It came out in 2006. Sorry, I fucked that up. God damn it. Way ahead of you? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, listen, It Takes Two. It Takes Two is a really fun game. 2003, yeah. I don't know why it says 2021. I just fucked that up, sorry. But anyway, It Takes Two is a really good game. My problem with it is that the story fucking sucks. Like, the gameplay is really fun. The co-op stuff is really fun. The story fucking sucks because it implies they get back together. Well, not even implies. It basically just outright says they get back together at the end. And that sucks. They should not get back together. If the game was like... This game won Game of the Year, by the way. It Takes Two. But, like, if It Takes Two had come to the conclusion, like, if they had been forced to kiss or whatever at the end, and they were like just hugged each other and were like, hey, like, I accept our divorce, like, I accept where things are going, we can just be friends, and the book would have been like, no, go and get a kiss, right? If they had defied the book and not, like, been all up in each other's asses and kissed and stuff, it probably might have won my Game of the Year, honestly. But the fact that it's a love story when it's very clearly about divorce and these two people are not right for each other pisses me the fuck off so much. Eternal Darkness sucked. It was an incredible game halfway through. Eternal Darkness was an incredible game for about 6 hours, and then it dragged on for like 12 more. Me writing a happy ending for Marriage Story. Like, Eternal Darkness was really cool for 6 hours, and then it dragged on for 12 more. And then it even it makes you redo like an incredibly tedious section fucking twice right at the end. Fucking bullshit, dude. Madison is... I really hate to say this about an indie dev's work. Madison might be one of the worst games I played this year, if not the worst on like a storytelling and like everything else. Like, there is never, if you go back and look at it, there's never a real threat. There's never anything until you get to Blue Knees. The character that's in all of the stuff, make your go-to recommendation, Madison, thanks a bunch. What's your fucking Blue Knees? Yeah. I feel bad, Trube. You did recommend it, and you even got it for me, but fucking Blue Knees literally showed up at the end for like 2 seconds, and it's like 3 stories telling layered on each other for no reason. Stupid. Fucking stupid. I hated this game. Days Gone, I literally only have one word for. Freakers! Fuck you. I don't need to give you an example of how much I hate Resident Evil 0. I don't have to tell you. Give to Eve Penguin for base Blue Knees opinion. All right, let me do that. Gift packs, Eve Penguin. Eve, you've gotten a lot of gifted packs. But yeah, I mean, I don't need to tell you how much I fucking hated Resident Evil 0. Days Gone was critically blasted for not being woke enough. Actually, very true. I don't need to tell you how much I hated Resident Evil 0. We all know how much I hated Resident Evil 0. I genuinely think Resident Evil 0 is the worst video game I have ever played in my entire life, both on a storytelling level, on a gameplay level, on a meta-textual level, like how it relates to the rest of the series, like in that sort of meta level. I think everything, there is not a single thing to like about Resident Evil 0. Even the fucking designs of the enemies, which are supposed to be like, what if the zombie virus infected like a bunch of like animals and insects and stuff? Even those fucking blow. You could have done something so cool and they all fucking blow. I genuinely believe Resident Evil 0 is the worst video game I have ever played in my entire life. Which is why it's the winner of our most rage-inducing category. Why it smashes the Zilky to bits. Actually, sorry. No, the Zilky is up in the rafters and Billy is shooting at it. Resident Evil 0 out of 10, exactly. The Zilky is up in the rafters and Billy is shooting at it, and it's moving so fast that it's actually impossible to hit. And also he's aiming at every other tinier Zilky around him. That makes it impossible for him to aim at the big Zilky. That's what's happening there. Fucking bullshit bat fight. Oh. Had to fucking cheat engine my way through it because I just did not have enough ammo to fucking hit him. Sleepy time for me now. The fireworks have stopped. Happy New Year. I'll teach in chat as well. Good night, Faye. Thanks for being here. Thank you for everything. I'll keep you updated with how many subs we have. Bat Boss is bad. Bat Boss is one of the worst bosses I've ever fought in any video game ever. Just the worst. Just the worst. I almost made this say loser instead of winner, but yeah. Just the worst video game I've ever played. Ugh. Anyway. Next category. Best co-op stream experience. Now, this isn't to say like the best co-op partner. Like, I'm not like saying like Ivorus or Balgo or Jelly or anything like that. Which of these was the best, the best like, you know, co-op game that I played, basically, and what like was the best one for stream and everything as well, right? It Takes Two was really fun. Jelly and I had a lot of good bits there, you know, but both of the Joseph Ferris games that we played, It Takes Two and A Way Out, we both had a lot of really good bits there. And I mean, A Way Out literally ended with Come Sister Todd while I like recreated the End of Evangelion like poster by using Leo's face and Vincent and everything else. Excuse me. But yeah, like, you know, I mean, Fear 3 was an incredible stream. I've said this over and over and over again. Fear 3 was a fucking incredible stream. I don't know if it was my best one, but it feels like it was, for sure. But, you know, Portal 2 and Fogs are both really special to me because I played them with Iris. And, like, I've played Portal 2 before. I guess I lied when I said there's no replays in here. But I have played Portal 2 co-op before, although it had been so long that it was basically replaying it, as given by the fact that we struggled on a bunch of puzzles for a while. But Portal 2 is how I met Iris, actually. It was one of my first ever collab streams, too. And it was incredible. And, you know, to this day, she is still one of my closest and best friends. And it holds a lot of, you know, and it was the first time that I got to be, like, very explicitly super lesbian and super, like, down bad in a funny way on stream and everything. It was a lot of firsts for me. And it was a lot of firsts for chat and setting the tone for chat. So, you know, it sits up there pretty highly as a good stream co-op experience game that I had. And Fogs was like, Fogs I played with Iris, but like, Fogs was just so fucked up, dude. Fogs was just so fucked up. Do you remember how many times we ripped our dogs apart on like a cellular level? Like, I don't see Bayonetta on this list. How, Bayonetta's not a co-op game, dummy. But yeah, like, how is it? God damn it. That's what you meant. I thought so. Ah, Christ. Anyway, but yeah, all of these games are really good. Like, all of the streams are really good. All of them have really funny. I really think collabs are a great way for me to shine because I really think I bounce off of certain people very well, like Iris and Balgo and Jelly. Like, again, this is not picking the best one or whatever of those people, but you know, I think these games show that, like, sometimes collab streams can just be some of the funniest and best streams that we have. So, you know, It Takes Two, A Way Out, Fear 3, all of these were very fun. However, you knew what was winning here. This is the best stream I've ever done. I lied when I said that I didn't know if this was my best stream. I was just trying to sow doubt. This is my best stream. This, I'm holding it, I'm cradling it. I'm literally, you can't see my hands because I don't have a thing for it, but I am pointing at my screen, cradling the logo or the box art for Fear 3 deep in my hands. I'm holding it and kissing it. Good game. Good game. Good stream. Absolutely one of the best streams I've ever had. How is the Flirt With You card not called How's Best Girl Doing? Oh, I'm gonna change it to that. That's so much better. But yeah, I mean, it was just the best. It was the best one. It was the best one. I loved this stream so much. Portal 2, I wasn't lying about any of the other stuff. Like, A Way Out, Fear 3 only narrowly beats A Way Out by just being so fucking funny. But like Fear 3 only narrowly beats it, and also only narrowly beats Portal 2. But I just, this was, again, a very hard choice especially between A Way Out, Fear 3, and Portal 2. Fogs and It Takes Two are really fun, but those three especially were way up there. It only narrowly beats them out, I should say. And you know, Portal 2, again, I wasn't lying. It's very important to me. It has a lot of my firsts, but God, Fear 3 is just so fucking funny. I love that stream. If you haven't ever watched the Fear 3 stream VOD, can I get a link to that VOD if somebody doesn't mind? Can I either I find it first or you do? Let me see. Fear 3 Kyria Thanatos. Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. Live Alma reaction. Chat, I am begging you, if you have not watched this stream, I'm begging you to go watch this stream. I am begging you to go watch the Fear 3 stream. It's so fucking funny. So good. Please go watch the Fear 3 stream at some point in your life. If you never watch any of my Live Alma reaction to winning a Zilke. Eve, I love these, like, catchphrases, not catchphrases, but these lines you're coming up with after each thing. Thank you. I love them. I love that they're themed. Very good. But yeah. Who the fuck... Can you stop dying? You're interrupting my show. Jesus. Anyway. But yeah, that's, I mean, it was too easy, man. Well, it wasn't too easy, actually. It was very difficult, but yeah, good stream, good game. Anyway. All right, best indie game. Wow, this was hard. Ah! Cult of the Lamb was so fucking good. I loved Cult of the Lamb. I loved the Twitch integration. Probably the best Twitch integration I've ever seen in a game. And it made me realize how much I love Twitch integration. I kind of like balked at Twitch integration before because I was like Twitch integration is really cool, but like, you can usually only do like names or like maybe little changes or whatever. Like Cult of the Lamb put Twitch integration on like a whole nother level. And I think to really enjoy Cult of the Lamb, you have to be a streamer. Like genuinely. Like I think to enjoy Cult of the Lamb, you have to really enjoy it, you've got to be a streamer. Because that like interaction with your chat and like the different like rewards you can get and stuff, it feels so core to the game that I could not imagine playing without it. I really couldn't. And I did play it as a streamer, so I have to rate my experience with that. That's why it's in this category. It was so good. Metal Hellsinger was a game that I knew I was gonna like, and then Metal Hellsinger is a game that got me into metal. Seems like chat disagrees about how hard this is. Metal Hellsinger is a game that got me into metal. Like, I still go listen to some of its tracks sometimes. It was an incredible game. It did have that one weird game-breaking glitch, but Metal Hellsinger was amazing. I loved every second of it. Also, you play as a hot demon lady. The only thing I didn't like about Metal Hellsinger was the story was kind of sparse, but fuck, it was good. Now, Iron Lung might be one of the most atmospheric games I have played in my entire life, which is interesting because it takes place in like a 2x2 cube, basically. But Iron Lung might easily be one of the most atmospheric games I've ever played in my life. Like, oh man, that game is... I knew there was going to be some kind of jump scare. I didn't know exactly what was going to happen. Like I wasn't spoiled beforehand, but you could just feel there was going to be some jump scare at the end or something. But like, even knowing it's there, even knowing it's coming, the build up, the like hour-plus long build up of it, and all the weird stuff you see, like the weird like fish alien light thing that like teleports you. The like bones, the like weird eye you see on screen, the blood filling it, the blood ocean, all the little scares too. Yeah, like, what a good game. What a good fucking game. Genuinely, maybe like part of the reason Iron Lung is on here is not because like, it's not very replayable. It's not like doesn't have the most interesting story or whatever. Part of the reason it's on here is because I think it's one of the most like inventive indie games I've played in a really long time. Somehow this motherfucker, David Szymanski, took a 2x2 cube and audio cues that are scripted even. They play out the same, like you're never actually in any danger from like the oxygen beeps or anything like that. They're fucking scripted. But somehow he took just a 2x2 cube and some audio cues and made one of the scariest games I've played this year. And like, kudos, fucking kudos. I mean, I just beat Neon White the other day, but like, wow, what a game. No game has ever made me feel quite as skilled as Neon White did. But also, Neon White kind of gave me a little bit of a love for visual novels, like a little bit. I've been kind of eyeing them recently, like, okay, I could play another visual novel like Neon White. Like, the characters are so real. I will never understand why people call the dialogue cringy. It's just real. Everybody I've ever known, people in my Twitch chat, you all talk like this. You all talk like this. Everybody talks like this. That is just how people talk. You're kind of weird. Neon White's an incredible game. I'm really sad that I took such a big break from it, actually, because like, it was great. It was great. Hold on, I need more water. I'm out of it. I've been sipping so hard, I'm out of it. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna go get water. I will be right back. Percolate on which one it is. Boy, when you do nothing but talk all day, every day for well, not all day, but when you do nothing but talk every day for a living, you expect that stuff like this won't drain your voice. Oh, and it super did. Anyway, we percolating. Chat, you were collectively my Sasuke. So are you bad at flirting like White? Yes. No, but like, yeah, and then Neon White was really good. And then Hades, like, you know, I just beat it for the first time. Like, I beat Hades. I beat him technically twice, but I've never beaten him in a way where I saw the ending cutscenes and stuff. So, like, you know, that game, it's really good on its face, but, like, you know, and I don't need to tell you it's good. Everybody knows why and how it's good. But, like that ending sunset, when you beat Hades and you get to go see the sunset and the Grecian tragedy of it all, like, they really, like, Supergiant really did make a modern day classic with Hades, and clearly you agree because Hades is the chat game of 2022, but clearly you guys agree. You know what, actually, I might release this list as like a thing with like chat votes, so I guess I can go back and check. Anyway, if anybody has been keeping track of the chat votes though, that would be nice. But anyway, yeah, so, fucking Hades, yeah, they did not need to include all that dialogue, but they did, and that makes it really good. Hades is great. I love Hades. I mean, I don't know what else to say. It was a fantastic game. It is a fantastic game. I'm so excited for Hades 2. I mean, I'm Grecian, right? Like, Hades was my obvious pick for this, right? Hades was my obvious pick for this, and you guys clearly feel the same. Which is why the winner of Best Indie Game of the Graveyard Awards of 2022 is Neon White. No game has ever made me feel quite as challenged and no game has ever made me feel quite as challenged, quite as like, it's never been like, I've never played a game that was so addictive, that had characters I liked so much, like, but like Neon White just makes you feel like a fucking god. The Zilke cringes its way into the hands of Neon White. Pretty cool for a dead bat, huh? No game has ever made me feel as cool as Neon White does. And I adore that. I adore it for that. I adore it for that so much. Incredible game. Loved every second of it. I don't have any complaints. Neon White's just a good game. There are just no complaints. Neon White clinched the victory by killing Yellow off so early. Literally, actually, yes. If I had to deal with Yellow for the whole game, I probably would have been annoyed. Like, actually, genuinely, yes. I probably would have liked the game a lot less. He's a fun character, but he's only fun in moderation. And, like, they killed him off at the perfect time, where even though I did get annoyed with him easily, if I'd had to deal with him any more than that, I would have been even more annoyed. But they killed him off at the perfect time where I was like, all right, yeah, fine, whatever. He's dead. I don't gotta worry about him anymore. Anyway, sorry, I was checking something. I got Neon White, gotta play it? Hell yeah. So yeah, Neon White is my game of the year. If you really want my actual opinion though, Neon White is my game of the year by like a hair's breadth. It's like Hades. Like, ask me tomorrow and it might be Hades, you know? Like ask me tomorrow and it might be Hades. It switches between these two rapidly, and this isn't like a recency bias thing. I think the reason that it's Neon White versus Hades is that sometimes Hades, like, my biggest problem with Hades is that Hades sometimes has a disconnect between its story and its gameplay, where like with Hades, if you don't kill Hades for a while, like if you don't kill your dad for a while, if you don't kill him guilt-free, and it takes you a while to kill him, and you have a bunch of runs without killing him, the story just doesn't progress. And it can get really frustrating if you want to know what's going to happen next and you're just stuck there and it's not happening for you. Maybe you're having a bad day or a bad week or whatever, but like, it feels really frustrating to get stuck on the story like that. But Neon White, I literally have no complaints. There is not a single complaint I have about Neon White. Other than that, the Godspeed card kind of sucks and should like put like an aura around you that breaks stuff the way that Fireball does. But that's like one. That's me looking for a complaint. That's it. That's my only complaint for Neon White. Great game. Adored every second of it. So that is our best indie game of 2022. All right. Next one, presented by the Rogue Casino. We've got the best roguelike. Oh, I didn't change one of the pictures here. Fuck. Pretend that this says Ember, or this is Ember Knights. Pretend this is Ember Knights. I fucking forgot to change this. Sorry. I did this morning. Fuck. That's really embarrassing. Whatever. Pretend that this says Ember Knights. Sorry. Fuck. Now I feel really bad about that because anyway. So I mean, I don't have that much to say here. Again, randomized Hell Rush roguelike mode. I mean, kinda. I don't really have that much to say here, although I hope you guys do like the presented, like, I thought this was cute because you know how like in the Game Awards they'll have like this award presented by Subway or whatever, right? Like, you know, I like it presented by the Rogue Casino and everything. I don't know, I think it's cute. Anyway, Neon White following Ember Knights on the stage to grab the mic at the end. Neon White having a real yay moment, yay Taylor Swift moment. Anyway, so yeah, I don't have that much to say here because I talked about Hades, I talked about Cult of the Lamb. So really all I have to talk about is Into the Breach, Rogue Legacy 2, and Ember Knights. So Into the Breach is wow, just, you think FTL is the height of like strategy roguelikes, and then they just come out swinging with Into the Breach and just what an incredible game. Like, holy shit, Alien Chess has never been more fun. I mean, chess has just never been more fun. You know, they made the sequel to Chess finally, and it's Into the Breach. I love this game. I could play it every day for the rest of my life, and it'd be the only game I play, and I would still be satisfied. I love this game so much. There's so much strategy. There's so much just different things you can do. There's so many different ways to play. Oh, what a good game. Every run genuinely feels different, and it never, ever, ever feels like an easy win, even when it feels like an easy win. Like, you'll think you have an easy win and you'll think it's pretty good, but you always just kind of feel like you're like one turn from losing it all. Always. You're always kind of by the skin of your teeth. Like, oh, what a good fucking game. I love Into the Breach so much. Rogue Legacy 2, equally I feel insanely good about. Like, I didn't really like Rogue Legacy 1 that much, and I haven't played Rogue Legacy 2 that much on stream. But like, Rogue Legacy 1, I didn't like it that much, partially because its art style is kind of gross, but like, Rogue Legacy 2 takes everything I disliked about Rogue Legacy 1 and kind of turns it into the perfect roguelike. Like, if you ever just want to sit down, do some dungeon crawling, you know, like do some dungeon crawling, and then that's you just want to play that for like an hour, Rogue Legacy 2 is perfect for that. It's kind of the perfect roguelike, like in the sense of like you know, just being a quick game you play with a bunch of randomized assets and stuff like that. Like, it's just really good. They knocked it out of the fucking park with it. And like, the new 3D models and the new art style on it, like, it just cinches it out. Yeah, the platonic ideal of a roguelike, exactly. And it just, the new art style just cinches it out enough to be really good. It never totally feels super unfair either. Like, when you die, it's God mode. Yeah, no. I know they did that, but I feel like that's unsatisfying too. But yeah, like, you know, Rogue Legacy 2 really is just the platonic ideal of a roguelike, and I respect that immensely. Ember Knights here, God, you know what? I'm fixing this. Hold on. It's bothering me too much. I'm fixing it. Hold on 1 second. I am fixing this because that makes me sad. I really like Ember Knights. I really want to, I want to give it the, the thing it deserves. The recognition it deserves. Hold on. I'm fixing this. 1 second. Hold on. Format options. Okay, there we go. There we go. We're good. All right, slideshow. Oh, wrong button. Okay, sorry about that. Ember Knights is a really, like, Ember Knights I think is probably the game that I think has the most, Ember Knights is probably the game that I think has the most potential out of all of these games, honestly, because it's still in early access and it's still developing, but holy shit, is it fun? Like, it's really fun. It's kind of like Rogue Legacy, where it's like the platonic ideal. It takes all the best ideas of like Hades, The Binding of Isaac, like Rogue Legacy even. It really has a lot of different, like it takes a lot of these different mechanics from a bunch of other different things and like puts them together. Well, everybody voted Hades and 2 Into the Breach, okay? No other votes. I love Ember Knights. That's why I wanted to fix it here. It really deserves a bigger spotlight than it's gotten. I think it's a really good game, and I think it has a lot of potential. Like, I see its potential as a roguelike, and I'm like, ooh, that's looking pretty good. Not gonna lie, that's looking pretty good. And you know, even without, like, even if they just stopped right now and like it was the game it was, I'd still be like, that fucking owns. Also, its final boss fight is like so fucking fun. I love its final boss fight so much. Anyway, I still had to pick one. The Rogue Casino, the Mafia from the Rogue Casino actually, they actually held me up at gunpoint and told me to pick. I didn't even know what I was picking for. But you know, I did have to pick one, and it had to be Into the Breach. I mean, come on. I mean, come on. Come on. I love Alien Chess. I love Alien Chess. There's not anything else to it. I just love Alien Chess. Played more Skull, it could have been on this list. It absolutely could have, but I didn't play enough of it. I really liked what I played, but I haven't gotten back around to it. But yeah, I mean, I love Alien Chess. Crave Gate? No. How is it rigged? These are my opinions. And the Zilke falls into the breach. It sure does. I mean, there's not anything else to say about it. It's just, I think it's just one of the best roguelikes I've ever played. It is perfectly tactical, and I'm really good at it, and it's just, oh, it feels so good. Love that game. I used to play it every night. I have like 200 hours in it or something, although they don't show up because I played them in offline mode on my Steam Deck. But like every night for like 4 months, I just played that game for like 3 hours a night, every single night. I would just get in bed and then just play Into the Breach for a long fucking time. And it was just some good mental stimulation. Anyway, this is out of all of these, Hades again just narrowly misses it, and so does Rogue Legacy 2 actually, but Into the Breach just owns too fucking hard. So there we go. That's what wins. Sorry if you don't like it. We Into the Breach in now. Anyway, so best horror game presented by the Midnight Showing. Your nominees: Indo-Parasitic, Security Booth Director's Cut, Choo Choo Charles, Nightmare of Decay, and Deadly Night. So this is presented by the Midnight Showing because it's specifically only games that I played on the Midnight Showing. Midnight Massacre does not count. And you know, I really liked all of these. Indo-Parasitic was really fucking cool. That might be the other game, like next to Iron Lung, that might be the other game I played this year that was like super fucking inventive. Like Choo Choo Heads Rise Up. Indo-Parasitic was super fucking inventive. I loved every second of it. Like, it was just really cool. And like, when you get good at it and you get good at like reloading your gun really fast and then like hitting the little like floor buggers that run at you really fast, like it just feels good, dude. Like, it feels real good. It's just like, bam, popped them, you know? Fastest shot in the West. Security Booth is a game that I didn't expect to be as detailed as it was. Because the demo was just, oh, well, another day at the Apocalypse Factory. You know, another Apocalypse Factory day. Wait, which game was that, Cream Soda Gal? Was that Deadly Night? But yeah, Security Booth was fucking cool. Security Booth fucking owned. I really, really liked Security Booth a lot. Indo-Parasitic. Oh, I didn't realize that one made you so uncomfortable you left. I remember you leaving. I didn't remember you saying that it made you uncomfortable. I'm sorry. But yeah, Security Booth fucking owns. It's expanded, like, fleshed out story stuff was really cool. And do you guys remember that weird fucking thing where you're, like, teleporting to different places with, like, phones, almost like Control? Like, that shit owned. I really want to see more of the world of Security Booth. you know? And yes, Troop did have a starring role in Security Booth, which helps. Also, fun fact, this is the only slide in the entire award show where every game is from this year. Fun fact, the midnight showing is actually where I play the most up-to-date games, despite the fact that they all look like PS1 games. But it's also just where I play the most up-to-date games, which I find very funny. But yeah, Choo Choo Charles, okay. I really liked Choo Choo Charles. It's not even close to like my favorite game I've played on the midnight showing, but I will say it's kind of, me and Troop talked about it after actually. Choo Choo Charles is like, Choo Choo Charles is just consumable media. You know what I mean? Like, it is almost the platonic ideal of a horror game. It's just scary enough that your butthole clenches up a few times when Charles is far away. It's just fun enough that you want to get to the end. It's not so long that it overstays its welcome. It's a little silly, it's a little goofy, which all horror inherently kind of is, because being scared is kind of funny. Like, you know, it's kind of the platonic ideal of a horror game. And I really liked my time with it. Again, it's like, I can't, it is like the perfect like 5 out of 10 game, but I mean that as like affectionately as possible. It is perfectly average, but in a way that is really good. It's the highest of average. No, fuck you. It's 100% streamer bait. It is, but it's also just like really fun, like genuinely. Nightmare of Decay is the coolest game I played on the midnight showing by far. Like, yeah, cheesy B horror, exactly. Nightmare of Decay is one of the coolest, if not the coolest game I've played on the midnight showing by far. It's just first-person Resident Evil 1. I did not expect it to be as good as it was. Everybody was saying it was really good, but its name is kind of bad. Like, no offense to the dev, the name is kind of bad. The models look kind of bad. Like, the art style looks kind of bad and kind of like asset flippy. Like, it looks like a game that's gonna be like an asset flip and not that good. And then it was incredible. Like, I want to play it again and get like a different ending because it has a ton of different things you can do. It was cool. It was really cool. I liked it a lot. And Deadly Night was the newest release from Puppet Combo. Well, Cubite Games, Puppet Combo published it. Deadly Night was, I mean, it had a little bit of a silly story, but like, boy, my butthole fucking puckered a few times when trying to escape from the guy in like the house and like trying to like move around him and stuff, almost turning it into like a pseudo stealth game. Fucking scary. Genuinely really scary. I liked it a lot. Like, I did not expect to like it a lot, even though it did make me super uncomfortable in some parts, like especially near the beginning of the guy that was like weirdly rapey kind of, but like it was a good game. It was a really good game. I really like, I remember very vividly how it felt to try to escape the fucking like Bubba Leatherhead or Leatherface type guy in his house, and like it was good, you know, and like the puzzles were good. They always felt very, very like intuitive. I liked it a lot. I had a lot of fun with that game. It was not a game I planned on playing at all. And then the Puppet Combo was like, you should play that. And I was like, okay, sure. And then I did. And you know what? Kudos to them. It was a good choice. But we do have to pick one. I believe you guys picked Indo-Parasitic as your chat vote for best horror game. Indo-Parasitic, really, really good. Just barely eked out by Nightmare of Decay. Nightmare of Decay wins for one specific reason, and it's that I want to play it again so fucking badly. I don't want to play any of these other games again. They're cool. They're really cool, but I don't want to play any of them again. You know, I mean, I 100%ed Security Boost, so there's just no reason to, but like, they're all really cool. I don't really want to play them again. I don't really spend time thinking about them. At least once a week, I'm like, fuck, I should really replay Nightmare of Decay. Either stream or personal, like personal time. But at least once a week, I am like, I should really replay Nightmare of Decay. Silky's butthole clenches in Nightmare of Decay. Thank you, thank you. Nightmare of Decay has a nightmare of Zilkies. Yeah. No, I really liked this game. It was really, really good. It was really fun. Like, it just felt like playing Resident Evil 1 again in a way that I don't know how to explain or how to describe, but it did, and I love it for that. I love it for that so much. Yeah, I'm glad you suggested it too. Anyway, Nightmare of the K. It was really good. Anyway, now our best ritual game. These are chill beats to perform rituals too. Presented by the Midnight Massacre. So here is where these games were, in case you were wondering. Now listen, I loved me all of these games. Signalis I've already talked about, it was incredible. Silent Hill 3 I've already talked about, it was incredible. I'm like, Rule of Rose is maybe the most uncomfortable I've ever felt while playing a game, especially all the scenes with Angela. Jesus Christ, they were like weirdly sexual, like, oh god. I didn't like the ending and I didn't get the ending, but like, Rule of Rose is maybe the most uncomfortable I felt while playing a game. Like, this fucking studio that made a game previously about giving everybody kisses and was really cute and nice just came out of nowhere and was like, let's just make the scariest game imaginable, or the most uncomfortable rather, and they just did it. First try. Good job, everybody. Parasite Eve is a game that I was only expecting to like Parasite Eve was a game that I was only expecting to like a little bit, and then I ended up probably having it be one of my favorite of the Massacre. One of, to be clear. Not saying that it won. Parasite Eve was probably one of my favorite games of the Massacre. And Dead Space 2, man. Going back to Dead Space 2, especially after playing Dead Space 1 last October, like the October before the Midnight Massacre. Wow, it's just such a better game. It's just such a better fucking game. Like, I can't believe how much better it is. Like, Dead Space 1 doesn't, it pales in comparison. Dead Space 2 also did bring us the worm, yes, but Dead Space 2 just fucking pales Dead Space 1 pales in comparison to Dead Space 2. Such a better fucking game. And I realized I kind of self-interrupted myself. Playing them back-to-back was the treat that kept on giving. Yeah, for real. But Parasite Eve, I kind of interrupted myself to talk about Dead Space 2 there, but Parasite Eve was just not a game I expected to like that much. Like, I thought it was going to be cool, but I thought it was kind of like, especially because I don't really usually like PlayStation 1 games. Like, I usually struggle with them quite a lot. I don't enjoy them. I don't find them that fun. Like, I find their graphics like creepy and like not in a fun way where I'm like, oh, this adds to the atmosphere. It's just like, oh, it feels like there's a ghost, there's a Deus Ex Machina, a ghost in my machine. But you know, I ended up really liking Parasite Eve. And by the end, I was like, holy shit, Aya Bria is so cool. And like I can't remember his name. I think it's just Thompson or something. But the guy who like jumps out of the helicopter and like gets set on fire just to throw you the cool gun. Like, what a fucking incredible ending, you know? Like, the weird scary flesh baby, and like they managed to make a JRPG horror game set in New York. Daniel, that's his name, right? Like, what a weird fucking, that sure is a name. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, Parasite Eve is incredible. Oh, Signalis and Rule of Rose tied. Okay, all right, well, fair enough. Parasite Eve is an incredible game, but I had to pick one. In chat, yeah, Parasite Eve, Penguin. Yeah, Eve, you did do so good in that game. Chat. It's Silent Hill 3. It's Silent Hill 3 all the way, baby. This is my favorite game of the Massacre. This was, and it was the first, it was literally the first game of the Massacre. Well, the second, technically, because we played Anatomy first, but this was my favorite game of the Massacre. By fucking far. Like, by fucking far. It is a better game than Silent Hill 2. I'm saying it. I'm saying it. Silent Hill 2 is incredible. It's a better game than Silent Hill 2. Heather misses the Zilky like you missed the shotgun. I love Silent Hill 2, to be clear. I think Silent Hill 2 is one of the best horror games ever made. Ever. But Silent Hill 3 is better than Silent Hill 2. Only by a little bit, but it is. I just loved every set. I still want art. I haven't been able to afford it, but I still want art of me like just hugging Heather Mason, or like just something. Like, I want me and Heather like in art together, just just being pals, like being her friend, being her mother figure, whatever. Like, she's so alone in the world, and I just want to be there for her. Heather Mason is a character I think about, I'm not kidding, every single day. Sometimes I have a little bit of a WWHD moment. In other words, a what would Heather do moment. Signalis is chat's most snubbed game. Yeah, I'm sorry. I liked it a lot, but I'm just... Silent Hill 3 was incredible. To be clear, though, Signalis is my second favorite game in the Ritual, in the Midnight Massacre. Signalis is, it was really good, but... Yeah, Silent Hill 3 is it just takes the cake here. I'm sorry, it wins. Silent Hill 3 is just incredible. Anyway. Kyria is simply not gay enough. Best retro. So, to be clear, I defined this as anything that's over 10 years old. And I'm sorry if you don't like that, but that's what I defined it. Anything that is over 10 years old is the best retro. Excuse me. I just choked on my water. Anyway. Bayonetta was really good. I liked Bayonetta a lot. Fuck. Sorry. Bayonetta was really good. I liked Bayonetta a lot. It was really fun. I didn't quite feel it was up to like character action level game levels of the other games. That's why it wasn't in the the character action category, even though it was a character action game. It was really fun. I've seen Bayonetta 2 be played, or Bayonetta 2 be played, and I played a little bit of it myself. It clearly takes everything from Bayonetta 1 and expands on it in a way that makes it an actually good fighting system. Bayo 1 still feels a little behind, but I still really like it. I'm talking purely from a character action standpoint. From a stylistic standpoint, from like a story standpoint and everything else, I fucking adored Bayonetta. I adored Bayonetta a lot. I didn't hate Dead Rising. We'll get to it, but I did not hate Dead Rising. But I adored Bayonetta a lot. Mario Star wasn't getting any votes and I love it, so it gets my vote. Yeah, I mean, that's what I want. I want your opinion. But yeah, Bayonetta was good. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines is another game that I just did not expect to like. I was like, you know, I said it before, it's a game that was like a super old RPG, and then I was like, has this aged well? It probably hasn't. That's why I avoided it for so long. Boy, do I fucking regret avoiding it, dude. Oh boy, do I regret avoiding it. Probably the best RPG I've played in a super fucking long time. Dead Rising, I'm not going to talk that much more about it because I've already talked about it. Fuck, that water really fucked me up. Anyway, Dead Rising is a game that I feel very complicated about. Its moment-to-moment gameplay is actually really fun. Its story sucks shit. Its final boss is fucking awful, like genuinely terrible. But its moment-to-moment gameplay is pretty fun, like scavenging around the mall and stuff. Like, I thought I didn't like it that much, and then like days later I was like, man, I could replay it, and I could, like, Dead Rising is a game that's very replayable, is the thing. And I'm just not big on replayable games. I don't like to go back and play games because I have 800 plus game, almost 900 games on Steam, and I want to beat all of them. So like, you know, I don't like replaying games, but it is a very replayable game. And I can definitely see why a lot of people like it and why people think it's good. And I agree that those things are good about it. It just wasn't totally for me, but I still liked it enough to put it in here. Like, to be clear, I did not hate the game at all. BioShock, I just got done playing, and Parasite Eve I'm not going to talk about because we already talked about it, but BioShock, I just got done playing, and all I really have to say about it is, wow, does it have some of the best moments in storytelling and video gaming in that year, like in 2007 especially. Like, wow, does it have some of the best moments there? Mixed with some of the lowest, loudest, most annoying stuff ever, right? Like, I really liked it, but that's only because there's a bunch of moments that are fun to remember. The game as a whole is, well, you know, it's BioShock, you know. But ultimately, I had to pick something. And while I did enjoy all of these games to an extent, the winner of the best retro is Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. I mean, come on! Have you fucking seen it? It's so fun. What a well-written, incredibly made game. What an incredibly made game. Like, it's part immersive sim, part like RPG, which is insane. Like, how did they do that? That's insane. That is an insane thing to do. And then they just did it. They just fucking did it. They just did it. How did that work? They just did it. They just did it. They said, fuck it, we ball. And then they did it. That's insane. That is an insane thing to do. It's an insane person thing to do. The hot vampire lady sucks the Zilky dry. She sure does. I just keep repeating myself, but like, I cannot believe that they just combined an immersive sim and an RPG that well. And there's just so much dialogue, and there's so many different choices and so many different ways to approach situations. And like, oh god, I don't think I've played a game like Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines before or since. Like, bless vision blocking doors, that's true. It does have some jank, but, and everybody kind of looks like Jerma, but I loved Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Anyway, we're finally here, chat. We're finally here. The Graveyard Awards Game of the Year 2022. Now listen. I loved every single one of these games with my whole fucking heart. I loved Spider-Man so fucking much. I'd already won something. Like, I loved Spider-Man so fucking much. I loved Pokemon Violet so fucking much. Like, you know, I loved Evil West. I loved Signalis. I love Elden Ring. I loved all of these games so much. This was the hardest pick. There's not a single game here that I dislike. Not even a little. I don't really have a complaint with any of these games, besides very minor things. Like, I loved them. I loved these games. All of them were so good. Spider-Man broke my fucking heart and let me really, really, really feel like I was the web crawler for just a little while. It really makes you feel like you are Spider-Man. And its open world challenges and open world stuff is fucking fantastic. Pokemon Violet, best Pokemon game in years. I don't care what anybody says. It is the best Pokemon game in fucking years. It's so fun. The open world of it is incredible, dude. I love it. I fucking love it. God damn it, Kyria, what? I love it. I love Pokemon Violet. I loved every second of it. I don't like Arven that much, but even then, I kind of liked him at the end. Signalis is like, I mean, no game has told a story or interacted with, like, Signalis is the most video game ass way of telling a story, in such a, like, interesting way. Like, they take the medium of, like, they take the fact they're in a video game and they take the medium of video games and they fucking, like, they use it to the, like, the max potential. Fucking incredible game. Fucking incredible game. Evil West, we already know how much I love Evil West. Like, I genuinely, in my heart of hearts, I know that I think I gave it the 7 out of 10 award. I know I did that. Evil West is like a 10 out of 10. I don't care what anybody says. In my heart, it is a 10 out of 10. That game owns fucking bones. I don't know why Elden Ring has like a darker shadow, whatever. Anyway, Evil West owns bones. Everything about that game is so fun. It feels like I'm in 2006 playing fucking Gears of War on my Xbox 360 in the best way possible. And then Elden Ring, I mean, I didn't finish Elden Ring to be clear because of personal reasons, things that happened in my personal life. But like, come on, dude. It's the best Souls-like they've ever made. Bloodborne comes close and might beat it if it's, you know, a Thursday, I don't know. But like, Elden Ring is one of the best games FromSoft has ever made, ever. I mean, it won actual Game of the Year for a reason. So, this is some of the best that I played this year. Loved every second of all of these games. Don't have anything bad to say about any of them. So without further ado, the Game of the Year 2022 Graveyard Award goes to... Hold on. I want to pull up the music for it. I should have done this beforehand. think this is it. Yeah. The game of the year 2022 goes to fucking Signalis. Absolutely the best game I've played this year. Absolutely, unequivocally, the best game I've played this year. You guys are like, oh, the most snubbed game, like, oh, Kyria, you're not gay enough. The best game I played this year, by far. No longer snubbed. The reason it didn't win in all the other categories is because it's like, yeah, it's really good, but like, it's so good that it eclipses all of those categories to become game of the year. Absolutely the best game, maybe that I've ever played. I loved this game so fucking much. Like, I know by the end, if you watch my VOD, I'm just kind of like, oh, get it, but what was that? What was that? Like, I didn't get it. Like, I know that I was like that in the VOD, but like, much like Silent Hill 2 or Silent Hill 3, I have not been able to stop thinking about this game since it came out. I just haven't. Every day I am constantly thinking about it. I am constantly like, and I do mean that every day. I'm like, man, you know, like, I want to replay it because I want to see the other endings. The gameplay is really fun. The only complaint that I have about it is inventory management related stuff can be a little bit of a pain. That's it. And that's like nothing. Genuinely the best game I have played this year, maybe ever. I know nobody deserves the award more than Signalis here. So can I get some fucking in chat? Can I get you all to spam some Kyria T motherfucking claps for the best game of the year, Signalis? Hold on, let me get some cheers going here. Hell yeah, Signalis! Hell yeah! You deserve it. And from the ring, Elster comes in with a golden spear! Oh, what an incredible fucking year. Honestly, chat, what an incredible year for video games, right? Like, what a fucking incredible year for video games as a whole. You know what I mean? Like, so many games came out this year that were incredible. There were so many fun, like, really, really good games this year, you know? There were so many games that were just like, shit, sorry, I didn't mean to hit my microphone. Great year for games, both old and new. Yeah, for real. Both, like, the games I played, but also, like, so when I was making this list, I was like, oh, there's not gonna be like any 2022 releases in here. But like, look how many 2022 releases are on my final list. Like, look at, and like, this is the retro category, but like, look how many like 2022 releases are here, right? Like, you know, here, fucking, here, like 2022 was an incredible incredible year for games, but none of them do it better than this game. None of them do it better. I await whatever the developers of Signalis are gonna do with bated fucking breath. You bed chat, take care of my zombie, make her feel appreciated. Hades was in 2018. No, its early access was in 2018. It came out in 2021 as a full release. Hex, I love you. Thank you so much for your work on the polls. I really, really appreciate it. You are the greatest, and you sleep well, okay? Mwah. 2022 might be one of the best years for indie games in recent memory. Oh, for sure. For fucking sure. Rose Engine, whatever you make next, I am on fucking board. You have me as a lifelong friend, Rose Engine. You have me as a lifelong friend. Oh, man. Hold on. What is this? We're both wrong. The 1.0 was in 2020. What? No, it wasn't. When I looked it up, it said it released in 2021. Let me check. It was later released for PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series S in August 2021. Wasn't that the 1.0 release when they put it on consoles too? No? Oh, okay. All right. All right, hold on. I want to fix something and then I'm posting these on Twitter. Okay, well, fine. I will, hold on. But yeah, that is the Graveyard Awards. I put this together last night. It was an idea that I've had for a while. I would have put more flair and stuff into it, but like I said, it was an idea I've had for a while, and it was one that I just kind of put out last minute. So I hope you guys had fun discussing video game opinions. I hope that you liked it. I hope you like it. You know, I just hope it was a good time.
Eve Penguin wants to tweet, and the For Real Genuine Graveyard Awards Game of the Year is Yick by a landslide.
God damn it, Eve. All right. Why have I done this? Why have I allowed myself to be corrupted this way? But yeah, I hope you guys had fun with that. I'm gonna post those on Twitter real fast. Let me make sure that's fixed. Yeah, that was the one that I had in 2021 by accident. It was Resident Evil 0. When did RE0 come out, chat? It was 2003 or 2006? 2002. I was wrong on both. All right, there we go. I think that's all the errors fixed. Okay. Let me post these on Twitter real fast. But yeah, we will be doing another one of these next year. I will make it maybe a little bit more fun and like cooler. All right. Best role-playing. Here you go. You guys can see what I'm doing, although I'm just taking pictures. Best character action. Best 7 out of 10. Don't hear your thoughts about games, even the ones you hated. Yeah, I really love games. Oh, I don't know why this says game to just most batshit insane, whatever. Most batshit insane. I mean, even games that I hate, I have a lot of opinions on. That's why Postmortem exists. The one thing I didn't want to happen, by the way, was like Signalis probably would have won a lot more awards, but I really did not want it to eclipse like every other game, because if you're gonna give a game of the year, in my opinion, it already like by default wins the awards in the other categories that it's in, you know? Like, I always hate when a game like when God of War Ragnarok, for example, just swept a bunch of stuff. If it's game of the year, yeah, it's probably got really good art too. You don't need to give it like artistry of the year or whatever. Like, you know. Yeah, I just don't, if it's already winning game of the year, I don't think it should win a bunch of other categories. Maybe one or two, but Bulletstorm ad? I don't know what you would, I don't think there's a Bulletstorm ad that has this, because this was composed for Signalis. indie game. Wait, I was waiting for this moment. Oh. What was RE0 nominated for? Yeah, most rage-inducing game. Let's see. Best roguelike presented. Rogue Casino. Midnight Massacre. Ragnarok didn't win though. No, I know, but like I don't think like let's say it did win Game of the Year. I don't think it should be winning a bunch of other stuff too, you know? That's just me, but well, this is based on like a famous piano song, so maybe you might be right, Perry. Best ritual game. Best retro. Somber piano, yeah. Game of the Year 2022. But Graveyard Game of the Year. Heckin' good games here. Yeah, for real. I mean, like I said, this game or this year was incredible for games, and I am excited to have been able to like genuinely. That thing I said at the beginning was not just fluff. I was excited to spend so much time with you guys and to share so many stories with you guys, because getting to share stories with you guys is the reason that I stream, like one of them anyway. What is it by, who's the people who make it? It's Rose what? Who made Signalis? Rose Engine. That's not them, is it? What is their Twitter? Is it Rose Engine 1? There we go. Tweet all. All right. Just batshit insane game not required. Yeah. All right. Well, that was everything. Turn this off. Game Awards show just couldn't handle all the gay. It's true. All right, there we go. My onions have been tweeted. Anyway, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me tonight for the Game Awards show, and for the Graveyard Awards show rather, and for watching it. And yeah, I'm ending the YouTube recording now. So bye. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Bye.